I'm life and business coach Samantha Sifring, and this is the Online Business Building Mamas podcast, where you learn how to build a wildly successful business from home while raising kids. Welcome to another episode of the podcast. Today, I want to introduce you to a shift in perspective that I teach all my clients. Inevitably, in the time that I work with somebody, they're going to say the words, find clients. They're going to be talking about their goals, and they're going to articulate them in this way. And when I point it out, they're usually going to think that I'm nitpicking on their words and have this thought that their words don't really matter that much. But today, I want to tell you this. Your word choices do matter. The words that you choose create your feelings, and your feelings inspire the actions that you take, and your actions create the results that you get in your life and in your business. So think about this right now. How do you feel when I say find clients? And how do you feel when I say create clients? Some of you might feel confused about creating clients and be thinking, how do I do that? But suspend the disbelief for now. If you weren't confused or looking for the how, what feeling would you feel about the phrase create clients? I notice that creating versus finding feels less like hustle. It feels lighter and freer to me. Finding kind of feels like you need to hunt them down and drag them back to your cave, or like you have to convince them to come with you or give you money. Creating clients feels very powerful. Like you can stay right where you are and just make it happen, and maybe also a little magical. So now I'm going to break down exactly how to create clients so that you can have this shift. First, I'd like you to spend a moment reflecting. For all of you who have clients or have had them in the past, I want you to identify how you got them. And for every client coming in the future, whenever you sign these clients, do the same thing. Each time I achieve something new in my business, my coach will ask me, how did you do it? And taking the time when I'm in my fullest confidence and belief to document how I did it allows me to have those notes to reference when I'm feeling shaky, doubtful, or just confused about how to get results in the future. And yes, that happens to everyone. So be sure to take those notes and have them in those moments where you're not feeling all the way confident. The reason I want to teach you to think about creating clients is that with this perspective, you'll feel completely empowered. When your results are your creation, you're in control to create more. When you went on a hunt and maybe you got lucky or it was a fluke and you signed a client, you're not in control to create more. And the difference between creating a client or signing a client being a fluke is only your thoughts. When you're responsible to create your results, you will always be able to guarantee your own results and create your own certainty, no matter what is happening out in the world. We always thought my husband's career was the most secure so that I could be an entrepreneur, which we deemed less secure. But when it came down to it, my career is the one that has created the most certainty and security for us. This is the case because of how I think. So let's talk about how to create clients, all right? This is the equation for creating clients. Value plus offers times consistency equals clients. The value, offers, and consistency all come from your thinking. Let's get into value a little bit. So this is your marketing. And while there are tons of different places and ways you can do this, from networking in Facebook groups to having your own Facebook group, to being on podcasts, having your own podcast, doing a blog, having a YouTube channel, networking in person, posting on any social media platform out there, and more, the only thing that really matters is that it's valuable to your ideal clients and that they're actually seeing the value you're putting out. Your value can cause them to think differently, to get results before they even work with you, and to pay attention to you. It's a new way of looking at things that they hadn't thought of before. Think about the value that I bring. The thoughts that I think create the value that I bring. And I think those thoughts because I direct my thinking to creating more and more value. Instead of spending any time doubting myself, I spend time thinking about how to be more valuable than ever before. The very first mastermind that I joined with my coach last year, I remember she had some homework for us to do in advance, and I was on the airplane wrapping up the homework, and before I even got to the mastermind, I had this aha moment, like a breakthrough in my own mind, where I realized that doubting myself was completely counterproductive to everything in my business. So up until this point, I had spent a lot of time doubting that my business would ever grow, doubting that I could do it. And I was already making like 10 to 13K a month at this time. So it's really interesting to think back and know like, wow, I had a successful 6-figure business and I still had these thoughts. But I had a lot of time that I spent really doubting that I could take it further and that it was going to last and all of this. And I remember just having this moment where I was like, why would I spend another second doubting myself? Why would I not be completely focused on what I wanted to create and the impact that I could make and believing in myself and having my own back? It was just this fantastic realization that I had that I want to encourage you to have now. Instead of spending any time doubting yourself, put all of that time into thinking about how to be more valuable than you've ever been before. You want to spend time thinking about the value that you bring. So what can be helpful with this is to remember the things that you know that you didn't know before. The things that your ideal client doesn't know that you do know. One of my favorite journal exercises for this that my coach, Stacey Bayman, had me do when we first started working together is to ask myself to list all of my transformations and breakthroughs and aha moments and list some from my clients and other people that I had coached or helped in the past. If you aren't a coach, you might want to write down all of the things that you know and all of the thoughts that you have about whatever it is you do. One of my clients is a designer, and one day she was really struggling with seeing herself as an expert. So we actually wrote out on 2 different sides of my whiteboard all of the reasons to support why she is an expert and all of the reasons to support why she isn't an expert. Like, I had her really sell me on both sides, and we wrote down all the information. And it was so fascinating to see the contrast. Her thoughts about being an expert were all about her experience and the results of her clients and how long she's been doing this and all of her qualifications and her body of work. And all of the reasons she wasn't an expert were about other people in the space that she felt inferior to, right? Like, it was all of her fears and insecurities and doubts. It wasn't the actual facts. So getting that out onto the paper can be so valuable for you. If you want to dig deeper into this topic of value, I have several episodes back in my archives, including one called How to Be More Valuable to Your Clients. That will be really helpful for you. Next up is offers. This is about selling. The first offer you will make, the first thing you will sell, is your free call. Discovery call, consult call, mini session, it doesn't matter what you call it. You need to offer it often, like all the time, every day, many times a day. And here's what you need to know. You're going to get a lot of people who tell you no thank you. And you absolutely must offer it to many more people to get the amount of yeses that you want. Recently, I talked about this in my Facebook group. I was talking about offering your free call and how to do that. And somebody said, many people have declined my offer. And I responded to her, yes, of course. Guess how many declined my offer? The answer is thousands. Thousands of people have said no to me. Hundreds of people have said yes. And it's created almost $400,000 in my business since I started. And over $250,000 of that is in the past 6 months. So this is something that compounded over time. Think about it. I have almost 10,000 people in my Facebook group who see me make offers almost daily. 21 are in my group program, and 21 are in my one-on-one coaching, and 12 of them are on my coaching waitlist. 54 people out of almost 10,000. So yes, you've got to make a lot of offers to a lot of people. And you must know that many will be no's, and that isn't a problem at all. To dig deeper into this topic, look up my episodes on how to book more discovery calls and overcoming the fear of the no. These 2 episodes will help you so much to make more offers and really build up this part of your business. And finally, consistency. This is one of the major struggles that I see for most entrepreneurs. We have this tendency to only want to show up in our business when we feel like it. And growing a profitable business comes from taking consistent action, even when we don't feel like it. Developing that muscle will change everything for you in your business. Here's the truth. Clients simply do not knock on your door out of the blue while you're sitting on the couch. I wish they did. That would be amazing, right? But they don't. They have to know who you are and how you can help them, and that comes from consistency. Taking action to be visible with your value and offers to your ideal clients over and over and over. Your self-confidence also comes from consistency. Self-discipline and commitment create consistency, and consistency creates self-confidence. You will have a lot of moments of low confidence here, and it only means that you haven't been consistent. That's all. It doesn't mean you can't get results or that you can't be consistent. A lot of us think that we have to feel confident to take action and be consistent. It's not true. So come back to discipline and commitment and determination and whatever other tough, gritty feelings you need to show up even when you don't feel like it. And let your confidence come from taking consistent action. Our brains love to overcomplicate how to get clients, but it's truly this simple: value, offers, and consistency. Every time I've broken through to the next level to make more money and sign more clients in my business, it's because I've gotten better in one of these 3 areas. First, I had to see my value to even get started in my business. I had to see that I had something to offer that other people wanted. So you have to be willing and open to seeing that. And truly, that should be one of the prerequisites for starting a business. Other people have a problem. I have a solution. I want to get this solution to the people who have the problem. So if you don't have that in your business right now, that's step 1. Get that. And everybody has something to offer to others. So this is an area to get out of your self-doubt and to really look at, what do I have to bring to the table to help others? Then I mastered consistency. Just showing up to meet new people and help them on a daily basis helped me to start making my first 2K months. I made that consistently for several months just by showing up consistently to meet people and help them. Then I learned how to improve my offers. Getting better at selling got me to 5K months and then to 10K months. And then what broke me through to 30K months and up was developing my value at a deeper level. So not just seeing the innate value that was already there, but thinking about, how can I become more valuable? How can I go deeper into value? Notice that I didn't create any of this from my Facebook group, my podcast, email list, audience size, or anything else. At every step, it was my thinking that led to feelings that inspired new actions that created new results for me in my business. Clients are created through our thinking first. Keep your focus on this equation. Remember, the equation is value plus offers times consistency equals clients. So keep your focus on that equation and you will sign clients. If you like this podcast, I want to invite you to coach with me over in my program, MamatoCEO. There's you, and there's the consistent income you want to make in your business, and I help you remove everything standing in between. It's lifetime access for mastering your marketing, sales, time, and everything else you need to have the business and life you really want. Whether it's making your first 1,000 or 100,000, I can help you do it. To join, go to MamatoCEO.com, MamatoCEO.com.